Hey sewing peeps, I'm Maddie and I'm back for part 2 of this Know Me 2033 series. Now last video I made this top, well this time I'm making the pants. Now I've got a pretty large and beautiful badunkadunk, so you know there were issues. Yeah. So I'm going to show you how I dealt with all of my fitting issues on these pants right here. Before we get into all the details, I need to let you all know that this video is sponsored by the most amazing sewing kit people, Vellostar, my fave. I use this kit all the time. I mean, I brought it here with me to Florida. So it's definitely a winner. Now this kit comes in 3 different sizes. There's a small, medium, and a large version, and they all have progressively more stuff, of course. Now this small one I really like to put in my work bag because it's perfect for those small little finishes, or when you accidentally pop a button at work or a seam and need to fix it really quick. But my favorite is this large one. It's got bobbins, thimbles, buttons, these weird little plastic safety pin things, lots of really large safety pins, magnifying glasses, pins and a pin cushion, large eye needles, and then on the other side, tons of beautiful colored threads. There's absolutely no way that you would be able to beat the price of this kit if you were to buy all of these things individually. So if you're interested in getting one for yourself or for a beginner sewer, definitely check the links down in the description box below so that way you can pick up one for yourself. Now for the pattern details. Now this is Know Me 2033 and I made the pants right here. There's a really beautiful color blocking option right here. Get it? Color blocking? I know that the joke's getting old. I can't help myself. And then on the back, you can't really tell. I'll show you the line drawings. But you can see that the back has an elasticated waist there, which is really nice. It's super comfy. This is a loose fitting pant. It looks like a winner, doesn't it? So this pattern right here runs from size A to 26, which means a hip of 33.5 inches up to 50 inches. I've got 54-inch hips right now, so I just figured, okay, let's just throw in 1 inch on each of the pattern pant leg pieces, and we're good to go. So did it work out? Let me show you what we did. Let's go to the cutting table. This is the top pattern piece for the leg. I'm not going to adjust the bottom, but I need to draw a line, a cutting line here, and I'm going to use that grain line to make sure that I'm cutting this line straight. So I'm drawing the line in here, mostly because it's a good spot that, well, that runs from the entire top to the bottom of this pattern piece, which is what I want because I'm going to be spreading and slashing along this line. And now that I have my line drawn in, I want to make sure that I mark out the 5/8 seam allowance on the bottom here because I don't want to cut all the way through this. I just want to pivot at that seam allowance. Okay, and now I'm just going to cut all the way down to that bottom there, but I'm going to stop at that seam allowance line that I marked. And then I'm going to get it from the other side. So there's just a little tiny pivot point. Just like this. And like any time you do a pattern adjustment, you have to tape paper underneath the part that you're going to be adjusting. So that way you can properly just spread and it's just easier. So tape some paper under here. Now that the paper's all taped down, I am going to take this other piece and I'm going to tape it down 1 inch away from the very top up here. And then I'll just tape down the rest of my pattern piece. So this is 1 inch right here. And then voila, it's magically all taped down. Now at the bottom of this leg, I need to measure the overlapping part because I took that away and it's going to be a little shorter when it is matched up to the other piece of this pant leg. So I need to add that back on to the bottom. So I'm just going to grab another piece of paper, tape it down, and draw in that extra length that I had removed. I'm just going to draw this line in so that it blends in nicely with the rest of the curve. Do that to both upper pant pieces. And don't forget to add that extra width to your waistband if you need it. And don't forget there's a front and a back waistband. And done. Now it's time to grab all the stuff I need out of my kit. So let's unzip this sucker. And I need these scissors, my pin cushion, my pins. And I think that's it. Okay. I've already sewn the bottom and the top parts of each of these pant legs together. So now I'm just pinning along the side seams and the pockets, of course. And we're going to just crank these out. We're going to sew them up super quickly after I pin it all together. Okay, so we are all pinned together. Now's the fun part. You know what that is. We get to take it to the sewing machine. Now, I've tried them on, and let me tell you, Houston, there's a problem. These pants are they're not fitting. So, when I tried them on after I sewed up my pant legs together, they didn't even cover up my booty crack. I mean, that's not the look we're going for, right? So, so I attached some triangles to the back of my pants on that upper part to bring up the rise, which is something that I didn't take into account when I added the width to my pants. So lesson learned, always remember the rise. The other thing that I completely forgot about, my waist is a lot smaller than my hips. And so I ended up having to take 8 inches total out of my waistband because, you know, of course I added 4 and then I had to take that out plus an additional 4. Cuckoo. I'm a little crazy. If I make these pants again, I would definitely reference the finished measurements on the envelope, which I typically do. So I don't know why I didn't even bother to look at them this time. Yeah. I also ended up narrowing that leg a little more just because I felt like it was a little too much volume for me. Now that I showed you all of the extra changes that I made, I can actually go in there and trim and like finish my seam allowances so that way I have less bulk inside my pants. Let me know in the comments what you think about the final fit of my pants, if I made some great adjustments or if you actually recommend that I do something different next time. I'm sure that you all have some really great techniques to deal with the issues that I had, so definitely drop them down in the comments. And don't forget, you can pick up your own sewing kit using the link in the description box of this video. If you missed part 1 of this series, definitely check out this video right over here. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications because we are moving into September, which is Project Dress a Girl 2023 month, where we're going to be sewing for charity and we're going to have a whole lot of fun, and you don't want to miss out on those videos. So definitely turn on those notifications.